How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of American Truck Simulator Survival Series. So we are taking 19 tons of tires up to Grand Canyon. And yeah, that's basically all there is at the moment. So we're going to get going straight away. Well, actually what we're going to do first is we're going to have a look at the map and see if there's anything interesting along the way that we can discover. That's going to be an interesting road to discover. Not going to do that now. Yeah, actually it doesn't look like there's much going on, I'll tell you that much. The trip is just about 6 hours, 320 miles, which means we don't need fuel and we don't need to sleep. Which is great. We're just going to need some lights. Yeah, so we don't need much on this trip, really. We just need to get on the road. I don't think it's going to be a quick trip, because I think we might drive some of the smaller roads and go through some smaller towns and things like that, where speed limits will be pretty damn low. But yeah, at least we're not going to be held up by fuel stops and rest stops and all that sort of thing, so should be a good one. And obviously in the last episode, if you weren't around, we bought our first actual depot and our first trucks. So we are the proud owners of 4 trucks right now, including our own truck, and 3 others that we have drivers for. And in today's episode, we might actually see how they perform. We might see if these guys are actually going to be making a little bit of money.
Turn left.
Which will be great if they do, but there's no real guarantee, unfortunately. But we'll see. It's very exciting. I don't know which lane I'm supposed to be in. I think right lane. Over here.
Go straight.
These roads in Vegas are big, man. You never know where exactly you're supposed to be, and you can get yourself crossed up in lanes real quick if you're not paying attention. But I think we're alright for now. It's pretty heavy, 19 tons of tires, and we're getting paid $1,210 for this job, so not too shabby. I mean, for what it is, I actually just want to get to the Grand Canyon town and see what it's like, because obviously the Grand Canyon, but there's a little town, so I want to go see what the town's like. That's saying keep left ahead. It's also saying I'm breaking the speed limit, which is not good.
Keep left, then go straight.
Yeah, but it's sort of like keep left and then keep right, isn't it? I hope this is a go straight lane. Yeah, it is. This is where we need to be. Why is there a lane on the right hand side? Oh jeez. What the hell, dude? What the hell was that? Oh my goodness. Was it maybe because I still had an indicator going? I don't frickin' know. Why does it have a lane here if you can't
keep right, then turn
move
right.
straight across the intersection in that lane? That's a bit weird. That was
Turn
very close to an accident. This early in the trip, that's not good. I don't know if we're allowed to turn right on red here. I'm just gonna wait. So yeah, the 3 trucks that we bought in the previous episode are the same make and model as our truck, the Freightliner, and they're just cheaper options. That was a very weird cheaper option. Actually, quite a lot cheaper. I think ours worked out at like 160,000 or 180,000 or something like that. But I'll have to go back to episode 1 to check that. Where the ones that we bought in the previous episode were 107,700 and something each. So they were considerably cheaper than ours. But it's just down to engine spec and gearbox spec and that sort of thing. So they're still good trucks. Happy with them. I'm very happy with this truck.
Keep right.
I'm
Then
not
turn
going to
right.
replace this truck anytime soon at all. I'll upgrade
Turn
it. I
right.
might put a slightly more powerful engine in it. I want to put a 550 in it, where we've got a 500 at the moment. But a 550 would be nice. I also do think that a 550 is as high as we can go. So, yeah. I think if I had the option of a 650, I would go for a 650. I wouldn't go any higher than that. Just because of fuel economy. But yeah, if I had the 650 option, I would take that, but I don't think that is possible with this truck. I don't think there's a 650 available for it. So yeah, I think the highest we can go would be a 550, but we'll see. I'm not 100% sure on that. Time will tell, but yeah, we'll basically play around with this truck and obviously stick on bigger fuel tanks and maybe, I think we can extend the cab a little bit. I mean, I want to make it a really, really nice truck, but I'm not going to replace it. Definitely not going to replace it. I want to keep this thing for as long as I possibly can. And yeah, all of our drivers are going to be driving these trucks as well. But yeah, it does mean we do currently have $500,000 in debt, which is slightly concerning, but it should pay for itself. In theory, it should pay for itself, and we'll see if anyone starts bringing in some sort of money, hopefully in this episode, but I'm not 100% sure. Also, I'm not sure where the notification will come through if I'm hiding the overlay HUD thing. I don't know if we'll get notifications of payments, but we'll see. We'll keep an eye on them through the driver manager. We'll have a look at what they're doing. And actually, I think we can see them on the map, can't we? Let's go to the map. Can we see any of our other drivers? No. Pretty sure at one stage there was an update where you could see your drivers. Or any of our drivers on the move? Let's check that real quick. I'm quite interested to see if any of our drivers have sort of left the depot yet. Status. What does that mean? On duty. On duty. On duty. But are they on a delivery? I don't know. Obviously they haven't completed any deliveries yet because they just started. But I'm not sure where it shows. I don't know, mine also says on duty. Ah, current trailer. Yeah, he's doing a mobile barrier from Las Vegas to Page. He's doing clothes from Las Vegas to Camp Verde. And he's doing cars from Las Vegas to Barstow. That should pay pretty well. Alright, cool. So they are actually doing stuff, but I don't know, I'm pretty sure there was an update at one stage where they said you could see your drivers on the map. But I don't see anything, unless I'm blind. I do tend to overlook quite a lot of stuff sometimes. But anyway, as long as they are moving and making money, that's great. I don't think that we'll ever see our trucks on the road. Unfortunately, I don't think that is a thing. But I think we should be able to see them on the maps. Yeah, it kind of sucks that you can't see your own drivers, like driving past you. That would be fantastic if you could do that. But yeah, unfortunately, as far as I know, that is not an option yet. And I don't know if it'll ever be an option in the future. I don't know why they never implemented that, but I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit complicated or very complicated. I don't know. I'm not a programmer, so I don't freaking know. I don't know what it entails to do something like that, but I mean, I'm sure if you've designed and created and programmed a game like this from scratch, I'm pretty sure you've got the skills to just make the trucks visible on the roads. Maybe it's more down to not a question of ability, because I'm sure SCS has the ability to do that. I think it might be more something to do with processing power of computers. It might put a lot of extra load on computers to sort of draw where those drivers are and track where they are and basically track them driving along the map. So it might be a processing thing. We'll need a pretty powerful computer to figure that out, but I don't know. I mean, games like GTA, they can do similar stuff. I mean, not exactly what I'm talking about now, but I mean, they get it done. Similar sort of scenarios. And obviously, especially in multiplayer where it's drawing vehicles on the other side of the map that you can't even see, but it needs to know they're there. So I don't know if that'll be sort of different. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a freaking programmer. I don't know how the hell it works. I'm just saying it would be nice, is what I'm saying. It would be nice. Way station, we're probably going to get pulled in. Yeah. Alright, which means we need to slow down big time. Because there's cars on the inside. It always catches you when there's cars on the inside. Always. Slow down to solid 15 miles an hour. And there we go. The truck's got 2% damage at the moment. Well, not damage, wear and tear. So we'll be good. I think the way station only really starts complaining when you're up to like 4 or 5%. They don't fine you or anything by then yet. But I've never got a fine for a damaged truck at a way station inspection. You need to go, dude. You really need to go. Yeah, I've never got fined, so I don't know at what point you get fined. Maybe at like 10% you'll get fined. I've got warnings before at like level or 5%. Oh, 35 miles an hour. That's interesting. Is this a little town at an intersection? Nice. Oh, there's a winery apparently. Well, an advert for a winery. Motor City. They're doing some renovations on this building.
Then go straight.
A lot of scaffolding going up there.
Go straight.
Yeah, I'll go straight as soon as I can, lady. Wanna race, buddy? Oh, hello. How you doing? Wait, I wasn't ready. She cheated. I wasn't ready. Alrighty, I don't know where we're actually... Where are we? Trying to read that street name, but I can't really see what it is. Yeah, I don't know what town we're in. What is this? Bale Street? Beale? Belay? I don't know. Anyway. I don't know if this actually classifies as a town, or maybe it's sort of... I don't know. I don't know what it is. No idea. And on the road again. And I think... Oh, Kingman ahead. And it looks like we're keeping... left? Is it left? I don't know. Let's go center. Andy Devine Avenue. Well, ain't that lovely? Right, still don't need fuel or anything. I have to say, this truck is pretty damn good on fuel. I think that saved us quite a bit. If we were driving one of the big Kennys or big Peterbilts or something like that, I mean, even the trucks with same sort of horsepower, 500 horsepower range in the Kennys and Peterbilts, and maybe even the Internationals and Volvos. I'm not sure about the Volvos. I think Volvos are pretty good. But I think even the International, I think we would have lost quite a bit of money on fuel compared to this truck. This truck is pretty damn decent on fuel. I really do like this truck. I really do. It just feels like a truck that you'll never sell it. It'll always, you'll either be driving it or it'll be in your fleet, but you'll never get rid of it. It's a truck with a lot of character. And that's what I kind of find missing with some of the other trucks, like the base game trucks. I sometimes feel that they don't have character. You know, they're nice trucks. They're beautiful trucks. All of them are. Well, most of them are. But they don't have character. It's just a truck. With this thing, it just feels like there's some character here, which I really do like. Alright, we've got another 170 miles to go. And why are you hitting the brakes? "75 mile an hour zone," and people just dive in front of you and slam on the brakes. And especially with big hills like this coming up, you really can't afford that. That is a lot of momentum gone, and you might need to drop down to like 6th gear to get up these hills if a car does that. If you've got a really big load, you might not get up this hill at all. Oh, now you want to be flying by. Good job. Alright, this is a little bit tough. That's sort of case in point. That's how important that momentum is. Entering something something. I don't quite catch that signboard. But we're entering something. End truck lane. What? Something about a end of a truck lane restrictions. I don't know. I don't really catch all of these signboards, and sometimes I don't really know what they mean, even if I see them.
Go straight.
Oh, there's a PS4 advert. Oh, I need to look at the road. Yeah, there's a PlayStation 4 advert up there, which is kind of cool. I haven't used my PlayStation in ages. I really haven't. I don't have many games on it. I used to have tons and tons and tons of games, like literally tons of games on PlayStation 3. And then eventually I sold it for, well, a bunch of reasons. Well, I went overseas, like I moved overseas, so I got rid of, well, my wife and I moved overseas, so I had to sort of get rid of everything. Because I didn't have the space to take it with. So I sold it with all the games and the controllers and everything that I had for it. And eventually, well, we stayed there for quite some time and then moved back to South Africa, where we are currently. And my wife bought me a PlayStation 4 Pro. for Christmas. Like, I don't know, a year ago? I think it wasn't this past Christmas. I don't think it was 2019 Christmas. I think it was 2018 Christmas.
Go straight.
She bought me, well, she and my dad went half-half on it. So they bought me the PlayStation 4 Pro, and I think I've still only got like 3 games on it. I think I've got Rory McIlroy PGA Golf, which I bought second-hand because I couldn't find a new version of the game, and I really like the game. So I've got a second-hand version of that I bought, and I've got GTA, which I think is still in the sealed packaging. I don't think I've opened the packaging because I sort of got bored of GTA playing it on computer, but it was, I think, the first or second game that I bought on PlayStation, just because it's kind of fun to just lie in bed and play GTA at nighttime if you've got nothing else to do. But now the PlayStation is in the living room at the big TV, and I don't use the living room often at all because I don't watch movies and I don't really watch much on TV. I only really watch documentaries, and when I watch documentaries I tend to watch them while I'm lying in bed. So my wife uses the living room a lot, or the TV room. I don't, but my PlayStation is over there, so I don't use it much at all. And then the other game that I've got is Everybody's
Then
Golf,
take the
and
exit right.
okay. Oh jeez, and now there's a car blocking me.
Take the exit right.
Again, that sat-nav early warning would be fantastic, but yeah, you don't get that. Grand
Go
Canyon
straight.
National Park, that's cool. But yeah, Everybody's Golf is probably where I have spent about 98% of my time on the PlayStation, and the other 2% would be Rory McIlroy Golf. And because my wife and I play Everybody's Golf about once every 3 months. We'll play it for a little bit.
Keep left.
And that's literally the only time the thing gets used, which is kind of a pity because it's a really nice PlayStation. Well, I mean, it's a nice piece of equipment. It's a nice console. I like it. I just don't have games on it because the games are 3 times the price on a PlayStation than what it is on PC. I was looking at the Hunter Call of the Wild, which I've got a lot of hours in on PC. I've got a lot of hours on the Hunter. On PC, and it's a game that I really do enjoy. It's a very nice chill game. I think it's also a very nice stream game, and I have streamed it a little bit, which was fun. And I wanted to buy it on PlayStation because I thought it'd be nice, like a Saturday afternoon, chilling on the couch, and
Keep
you know, just
left.
walk around
Then
in
turn
the
left.
savannah and hunt. I mean, it's a very, very relaxing game. And then I looked at the price and I was like, there's no way I'm paying that for that game. It's ridiculous. And most of the things are like that. What game was I looking at the other day as well? Which I actually bought. I can't remember what game it was, but I bought something on PC, on Steam. And I mean, it was a decent price. It doesn't help me give any numbers here because I can't even remember what the game was. And most of you probably won't even understand the currency because we use Rand currency in South Africa. And Rand is not going to mean anything for most of you. Because the Rand at the moment is like 20 to 1 to the dollar. So, yeah, if I say the game cost me 200 Rand, that's like $10. But yeah, anyway. So, well, let's say, for instance, the game cost me $10 on Steam. I went over to PlayStation, I wanted to buy it there, and it was like $50. I think I am not going to pay $50 for that game, which for us would be about 1,000 Rand, South African Rand, instead of 200 Rand. Suddenly it's 1,000. It's like, I'm not going to pay 1,000 Rand for that game. It's not going to happen. And it's with all of them, where there's games that I play on Steam or on PC, and I'm like, yeah, this would be a great game on PlayStation, but I'm not going to pay that on PlayStation. It's not worth that amount of money. So I just don't buy games on PlayStation. I just don't. Where when I had the PlayStation 3, that was a different story. I tend to buy, well, I used to buy a lot of games on PlayStation because I didn't have a decent computer. So I would have issues playing games on PC because my PC couldn't run a lot of games, and even if it could run some games, it'd be on minimum graphics settings, and I mean that kind of sucks. So yeah, I mean, I think that's why I used to buy a lot of, oh, this is a sharp corner. I think that's why I used to buy a lot of PlayStation 3 games, where then eventually I built myself a really nice AMD computer originally. It was a very nice 8-core, I think it was an 8350 processor with R9 390X graphics card, which at the time was great. I mean, it was a fantastic combo. It was a beast of a PC, water cooled. I mean, I went all out on it. It was a great PC with a Storm, I think it was a Stormtrooper, Cooler Master Stormtrooper case, a big case. And I then, after I built that computer, because I built it myself, it was the first computer that I actually built from scratch. I mean, I've worked on computers and replaced a lot of components and things in computers, but that was the first computer that I sourced all of the components that I wanted and bought all of them individually and then assembled the whole thing from scratch. First time I ever did that was on that PC. And it was a great PC. I kept it for years. And then I sort of got into, because I had the big graphics card, that's when I got into triple monitors. And then when I got the triple monitors, I was like, right, okay, I need a steering wheel. Then I bought myself a Logitech G27, because that's about all you can find in South Africa. So I bought that, which was great. And that's when I got into a lot of racing. And eventually, it got to a point where I was considering starting a YouTube channel.
Right turn ahead.
And then we moved overseas. So I actually left the computer with my parents. In fact, my mom used it for the time that we were overseas. She used it as a home office PC. So a bit of overkill for the home office PC, but it was fine because it was at least still there. I just sold off the monitors because she had her own monitor and I didn't need mine. So I sold the 3 monitors. And we went overseas and I never started the YouTube channel. And then when we came back after about a year, I think it was, I basically I built my mom a new computer so she could have a new, I think I built her a Core i5 or something. And I took my computer back and I just bought 3 monitors again. And that's actually when I started my YouTube channel, about 6 months after we got back from Ireland. And yeah, that computer served me very well. That got my YouTube channel going, and I made probably the first 200 or so-ish videos of my channel on that computer. And eventually the motherboard packed up. The motherboard just wasn't happy anymore. And I couldn't find a replacement motherboard because they didn't make AM3 Plus chipset motherboards anymore. So the whole thing basically had to be scrapped. Even though some of it was still okay, it wasn't usable because, well, it doesn't fit anything. So unless you had a second-hand board somewhere, it was kind of useless. So that basically got dumped.
Left turn ahead.
And yeah, I got my new PC, which is the one I've got now, which is the i9-9900K with 32
Turn left.
gigs of Dominator RAM, I think, and a 2080 Ti overclock edition, which is a fantastic computer. And I think it's because of that that I never got back into PlayStation, because I had good PCs. And the games are so much cheaper, and you get the benefit of mods, obviously, which you don't really get on PlayStation.
You have reached your destination.
Yeah, let's go in, that's fine. I was thinking maybe we should reverse it in from the road, but I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, so basically the whole PC thing it's just better. It's cheaper in terms of games. Obviously, it's a hell of a lot more expensive than just buying a console. I mean, I could probably buy about 10 consoles for the price of my setup right now. I'm not bragging or anything. I'm just stating a fact. PCs, like good gaming PCs, are not cheap. They're really not cheap at all. But when you've actually got it, then the games and things are a lot cheaper and the flexibility is a lot higher, in my opinion. Because I can play games with the steering wheel, with the controller, with the keyboard, with all of that. Where with a console, you're kind of limited to your controller. And sometimes a wheel, I suppose. But then again, like Farming Simulator, you don't have all of the mods that the PC guys have. And with Farming Simulator, I play with my wheel and a joystick, which makes logging and working with cranes and things so much more fun and so much easier. But I use external software to make that joystick work with the wheel in the game, which you can't do on a console because you're just too limited. So yes, it is a hell of a lot more expensive. And I mean, yeah, you could get more. What the hell am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. You could get cheaper, more sort of entry-level style PCs, which would be 100% fine. Mine was just expensive because of, well, YouTube. Because all of the YouTube equipment is not cheap at all. But yeah, you could buy a decent like mid-range or entry-level PC and play a lot of these games flawlessly now, which wouldn't cost you a hell of a lot more than a console these days. It just depends where you want to go with it. If you want to go completely bonkers, then well, that's going to cost a bit of money. But that is that. We're going to decouple. We've got $166,444, interestingly, which seems like a slightly different number than we had before, to be honest. Even before this payout, unless it paid out. No, it didn't. 167. That number looked a little bit different to when we started the episode, but I'm not 100% sure. Did someone actually bring in some money? Let's check. Driver manager. Yes, okay. That is slightly worrying, I'll tell you that much. But I don't know, is that the actual profit? It says profit, but is that profit? Is that minus his salary and fuel and maintenance? He made $91. 64 and 71. So if that is in fact profit, then I mean we're in the positive. We made a little bit of money. I mean, it's not a lot, granted. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but that paid for our fuel for this trip, which means $1,800 is in the bank. I think we might actually be making a little bit of money. It's a little bit, but it is making money, which is great. It looks like we're not actually losing money. Average profit per distance, 258, 160, and 320. Ooh, so you're a little bit low. But that's fine. That'll pick up. It's not a big deal. So not doing a job right now. But it is returning from Page to Las Vegas by the looks of it. And no job right now. And he is doing stones from Barstow to Las Vegas. Very nice. To Caterpillar. Alrighty. So that looks like we're making a bit of money. Hopefully. It looks like we are. I'm hoping that is in fact profit and that's not income, because there is a difference. But it's looking good. We might actually pull this off. This is actually pretty damn exciting, I'll tell you that much. But anyway, that is going to be it for today, guys. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. This is kind of exciting to see our drivers actually starting to do something, which is great. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to smash that like button, and I will see you all next time.